Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Cyrus Digitalis murder fails, Nina warns Sonny, and Kai and Trina sparks fly. The General Hospital update reveals some explosive situations as Port Charles begins another week. So, what can fans expect throughout the show? The majority of the audience is still reeling from the show's conclusion on Friday, January 10th. After all, Cyrus Renaud sneaking into Michael Corintho's bed and injecting Digitalis into his bag appears to indicate that this could be Michael's final episode, and as fans are aware, the character is due to leave shortly. Would this be how he goes out? Maybe, but maybe not. According to GH spoilers, Isaiah Gannon will become aware of what is going on in Michael's room and will act on his intuition. The preview video shows a scene of Lucas Jones and Isaiah in Michael's room, with Lucas saying, "What if we get it wrong?" and Isaiah responding, "Michael will die either way." Is there any chance for Isaiah and Lucas to save Michael before it's too late? Meanwhile, Willow Corinthos may be beyond salvation from Carly Spencer's anger. After all, Willow's decision to dangle Michael's medical proxy as a bargaining chip in order to reclaim custody of Wiley and Amelia Corinthos may have been a bad one. According to GH previews, Carly will warn Willow not to go down this route, but Willow appears determined not to let Carly intimidate her. Will Willow regret what she has done? Meanwhile, Nina Reeves and Sonny Corinthos appear to be attempting to reach an amicable agreement. During the GH teaser, Nina advises Sonny not to waste precious time on this fight. Can they overcome their differences and work together for Michael's health and his children's best interests? Across town, Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor enjoy a meaningful moment, bringing some sweeter GH spoilers to light. Does this imply that the two will kiss? GH fans will have to tune in to find out. Meanwhile, fans will witness Laura Collins connect with Lulu Spencer, and it appears that Lulu will still be upset about Dante Falconeri following her to Prague. Lulu believes he is the reason Charlotte Cassadine did not return home with her. However, during the GH preview, her mother explicitly reminds her that Dante did the right thing by following her. Will Lulu hear her mother's reasoning? Finally, Tracy Quartermaine will advise Cody Bell on several investing choices. Is he thinking about investing the $50,000 Drew Quartermaine offered him a few months ago to stay quiet about the Willow kiss? Regardless, during the GH teaser video, Tracy advises Cody that the investment choice he is considering will bankrupt him. General Hospital teasers hint that Cody hasn't been seen or heard from in a while, so this investment could be part of a new storyline that catapults him back into the spotlight. However, it might also bring him closer to Lulu's orbit, potentially leading to a romance. Michael survives Digitalis poisoning, search for GH killer begins. General Hospital spoilers and updates indicate in a special sneak peek video that Michael Corinthos will survive Cyrus Renaud's Digitalis injection. Isaiah Gannon takes a chance and administers a Digitalis antidote, while Portia Robinson asks Brad Cooper to investigate patient records. The hunt for the Digitalis killer begins. General Hospital spoilers, Page Dr. Gannon and Dr. Jones stat. Nurses rush into Michael's room, panic on their faces. One hastily checks the leads as the heart monitor emits an alarming sound. Page Dr. Gannon and Dr. Jones, she exclaims. While one nurse remains by Michael's side, anxiously attempting to restore his sinus rhythm, the other dashes off in search of Isaiah and Lucas Jones. They rush back into the room, and Isaiah quickly notifies Lucas he's having VTach episodes, a hazardous condition in which the heart's lower chambers gallop uncontrolled. Lucas sees the gravity of the situation. He's going into full cardiac arrest. We need to act quickly before we shock him. Isaiah responds, "Let us begin a lidocaine drip." The nurse nods, "Yes, doctor," while Lucas adds, "Good call. Let's just hope it's enough." GH spoilers, Portia brings Brad into Digitalis investigation in the hallway. Portia Robinson notices Brad Cooper and approaches him, stating she's been looking for him. He tells her that he has already received his tickets for the Miami conference, that he and Lucas were meant to go together. He is frustrated and argues that everything is approved and that he is prepared for the trip. Portia informs him that this is a far more urgent matter. With a sigh, Brad inquires as to what she expects him to be accountable for at this time. Portia responds that his willingness to bend the rules may really benefit her. She requests that he search up every patient who has had a heart problem in the last 3 months. Brad raises an eyebrow, noting that it's a broad search and asking if there are any specifics to consider. General Hospital spoilers, Portia clarifies her request. Portia agrees and asks him to look for digitalis in their system to determine if that patient was given that drug. Brad wonders why he has to do it. Portia tells him that, despite her reservations, she is entrusting him with this. Would she regret it? Brad assures her no and encourages her to go on, saying it sounds essential. Portia, who appears concerned, says that 2 people have died as a result of digitalis overdoses recently, with a third likely on the way pending autopsy results. She wants him to look into any further cases or patterns that may have gone undetected. Brad says that if people are dying suddenly in hospitals, he wants to help and will accept the responsibility. Portia thanks him and directs him to relay the findings to her directly, preferring to keep legal out of it for the time being. Brad nods, confirming that she can count on him. Spoilers, Isaiah takes a chance on Michael in Michael's room. Lucas is frantic and informs Isaiah that the lidocaine infusion isn't working. Isaiah proposes trying something else and requests that the nurse swiftly bring 20 vials of digoxin. The nurse answers promptly and goes to get them. Lucas recognizes that this is an antidote for digitalis and is concerned about the consequences. Lucas wonders what will happen if they make a mistake. Isaiah says that Michael will die whether the drug fails or they do nothing. He believes they must act. Isaiah asks that all 4 lines be removed and sent to the lab for analysis before injecting the digitalis antidote straight into Michael's vein through the bandages, impatiently repeating, "Come on, come on, come on." General Hospital spoilers, Michael is saved. Isaiah demands a police investigation later. He walks into the hallway to inform Portia about what just transpired. Michael Corinthos was on the verge of cardiac arrest. Portia, what do you mean just now? He explains that the lidocaine drip was not working, so he took a chance and gave the digitalis antidote. Portia reacts to the name of the medication and confirms that it counteracts digitalis. Isaiah confirms that the antidote worked nearly immediately, and Michael is stable. Portia is relieved he reached out to Michael straight away and begins to discuss ordering surveillance footage. Isaiah responds that he has already done so but found nothing. Isaiah informs her that they must report this to the police because someone in this hospital is using digitalis to kill people. General Hospital spoilers, will Michael return as Dark Michael, unleashing vengeance on Port Charles? General Hospital spoilers and updates raise an excellent question. With Michael Corinthos off-screen for a spell owing to Chad's departure, will the character change? Will Michael return as Dark Michael, unleashing revenge on Port Charles? General Hospital spoilers, before the explosion, Michael Corinthos was a favorite in Port Charles. If and when he returns following Chad's departure from the show, would he be feared? We did not want Chad Duell to depart General Hospital as Michael in such a dramatic manner, but that is the story we received. It is still uncertain whether Michael will survive his injuries, but we believe he will and will be transported to a burn care facility for recuperation. If that occurs, we cannot help but worry what will happen when Michael returns. One strong possibility is that a healed Michael seeks vengeance on Port Charles. Spoilers, Michael Corinthos fought for his life in the past. We should take a moment to reflect on some General Hospital history before jumping into a hypothetical situation. Michael's last life or death struggle occurred when he was younger and was shot by a sniper during an assassination attempt on Sonny Corinthos. This tragedy put him in a coma for about a year, and when he awoke, he was no longer the sweet little boy he once was. Instead, he had transformed into a grumpy teenager ready to follow in his father's footsteps, but his parents and Jason Morgan interfered. Furthermore, Michael has demonstrated that he shares his parents' thirst for vengeance when he feels wronged, and he is quite adept at it. General Hospital spoilers, Michael Corinthos is a methodical thinker who approaches problems with a deliberate perspective, typically focusing on the things his rivals value most. After Sonny eliminated AJ, Michael Quartermain grabbed control of Avery Jerome Corinthos in order to get revenge on his adopted father. For a while, he even changed his name from Corinthos to Quartermain. More recently, Michael was preparing to deprive Sonny of his freedom following the sorrow he caused Carly Spencer, and he also managed to steal Aurora from Drew Quartermain. Michael was the one who brought the late Dex Heller to town to infiltrate Sonny's organization and obtain evidence to turn him in to the feds. Spoilers. Michael Corinthos returns with a lot of anger over the changes looking ahead. Imagine Michael recovering at the burn care facility and prepared to return home. Before he returns to Port Charles, he discovers that Drew and Willow Corinthos have continued their tumultuous relationship. Drew stepped in as a father figure for Michael's 2 children. Michael also finds that Sasha Corbin had their kid and is now raising the child with Jason, as they have officially become a couple. In addition, Michael is very resentful of what he has lost as a result of the explosion and blames his problems on Sonny's way of life. General Hospital spoilers. Michael Corinthos wants vengeance. These events raise various potential grudges for Michael. Michael may return to town with the purpose of damaging Drew and his ex-wife's relationship, especially if Carly has not interfered before then. He could be unhappy with his uncle and best buddy Jason for taking on the role of father to a child he's never met. Michael is aware with Sonny's business and has attempted to become involved in the past, so he may return with a plan to take control. He may remove Sonny from his position, which he has maintained for the majority of his life. Michael may believe he can handle it better than Sonny, believing that his father has failed to safeguard the family, particularly given the issue with Morgan Corinthos. Spoilers. A new Michael Corinthos, a dark warlord. The dimpled kingpin recently declared his desire to depart the company, and Jason stated that he was not interested in the position. This prompted us to believe that Michael or Christina Corinthos may take over as Port Charles's new leader. It would be interesting to see Michael in a villain era. He might launch a series of unexplained attacks on Drew, Jason, and Sonny, leaving them perplexed as to who is targeting them. When he returns to town, he could appear charming and innocent, attempting to be friendly while secretly plotting against his former masters. It may take some time for anyone to comprehend that Michael is the new threat to Port Charles and should be dreaded. Spoilers. Does Jason's flashback to baby Michael hint to his role in raising Sasha's baby? General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 6 to 10th revealed that it was one of the most contentious and fraught periods for longtime viewers. Michael Corinthos was caught in an explosion, and his loved ones are praying for his survival. The heritage character and fan favorite was in his father Sonny Corinthos' blazing penthouse, and he now has third-degree burns covering 40% of his body. Cyrus Renaud added to his doom by injecting digitalis into his fore. All of this prepares Jason Morgan to play hero and rescuer in more ways than one. General Hospital spoilers. Will Jason Morgan save the day? Jason remembered holding Michael in his arms as a newborn, pledging to protect him. Did that scene anticipate what comes next in this tragic storyline? Michael soon makes an ask of Jason, which could be related to the kid he is having with Sasha Corbin. Except for the parents, no one knows Michael is the father, and his predicament has completely taken Sasha by surprise. Who can she rely on if Michael is unable? Spoilers. Sasha Gilmore needs help. Sasha is now a member of the Scorpio family, but Michael will still ask Jason to keep an eye out for her. However, it could go far deeper than that. Could Michael have Jason pretend to be the baby's father? In doing so, the infant would have all of the benefits of being a Quartermain, avoid the Corinthos family conflict, and have Jason as a protector. This situation could be consistent with Jason denying Sonny's desire to head the mob business, claiming his need to be a father to Danny Morgan. General Hospital spoilers. Will Jason Morgan be on diaper duty? Jason would be an ideal candidate to care for Danny, Sasha, and her kid. We've previously witnessed Sasha and Jason's chemistry test. This occurred a few days ago in the Q kitchen, and they passed with flying colors. There are many changes coming to PC in the near future. In the surgical area, Dr. Isaiah Gannon and Dr. Lucas Jones worked quickly and precisely. Michael Corinthos lay unconscious on the table, his life hanging in the balance following Cyrus Renaud's nefarious acts. The injection of digitalis into Michael's fore had resulted in difficulties that the surgical team was now working to resolve. Isaiah looked at Lucas, his voice solemn. If we're mistaken, he won't make it in any case. But we have no choice. Lucas nodded, his hands remaining firm despite the anxiety. We're not losing him today. Outside the OR, Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos stood in uncomfortable silence. The two guys, famed for their stoic determination, exchanged a look that told volumes. Their common concern for Michael was apparent, but their inability to act frustrated them both. Carly's desperation. Carly Spencer's world was collapsing. She walked the hospital waiting room, her face filled with concern. When she saw Willow Tate Corinthos, her first thought was to plead. "Willow," Carly said, her voice shaking. "I know you're furious, and I understand why. But Michael needs us. Please don't let the fight about Wiley and Amelia overshadow what is vital." Willow's eyes glowed with a combination of grief and defiance. "You mean what matters to you, Carly? I lost my children because of you, and now you want me to put my anguish aside for Michael's sake? You don't get to make that call." "I'm not asking for me," Carly murmured, her voice breaking. "I am begging for him. You don't have to forgive me, but just do not punish Michael for my faults." Nina's attempt for peace. Meanwhile, Nina Reeves was fighting her own war. She discovered Sonny in the hospital chapel, hands joined in prayer. She approached with caution, unsure of his mood. "Sonny," she said, "I know you're upset with everything happening, but fighting with Carly and Willow isn't going to help Michael." Sonny exhaled hard and turned to face her. "Do you think I don't know that? Every minute I spend arguing feels like I'm failing him, but what option do I have? Willow has threatened to withhold therapy, and Carly is refusing to back down." Nina placed her hand on his arm. "Be the one to compromise. Michael would not want this. Let's prioritize his recuperation and deal with the rest later." Sonny hesitated, but her comments appeared to ring true. "Fine," he mumbled. For Michael. Tensions at the Quartermain mansion. Back at the Quartermain estate, Drew Kane was torn between pity and frustration. Willow had gone to him for comfort, her tears unyielding as she expressed her grief over losing Wiley and Amelia. "I don't know what to do, Drew," Willow said. "Carly has left me with no options. Do I utilize my position as Michael's proxy to get my children back? How is this fair to him?" Drew's look was a combination of compassion and caution. "Willow, I understand where you're coming from, but Michael would never want you to make decisions like this out of rage or desperation. You have to consider what is right rather than what feels justified." "But how about my children?" Willow shot back. "Don't they deserve to be with their mom?" "They do," Drew answered. "But not at the expense of your integrity. You are better than this." Family drama and advice. Tracy Quartermain was in rare form, giving Cody Bell unsolicited but harsh counsel. "Invest in that scam, Cody," Tracy joked, sipping her martini, "and watch every penny go. Believe me, I've seen it happen more times than I can count." Cody chuckled nervously. "Thanks for the vote of confidence, Tracy." "It's not confidence, it's experience," she said, smirking. "Learn from it or not. This is your funeral." Meanwhile, in Kelly's diner, Laura Collins and Lulu Spencer had a quiet time. Dante Falconeri's recent decisions had Lulu wondering everything, but Laura provided confidence. "Dante did what he thought was right," Laura explained. "Even when things are difficult, he always prioritizes his family. Trust him." Lulu nodded, but her heart remained sorrowful. "I just hope it was the right call." The fallout. As the day came to an end, the parts of Port Charles's intricate puzzle shifted yet again. Carly felt the weight of her decisions, Sonny struggled with his sacrifices, and Willow was at a crossroads. Cyrus Renault's work hovered over everything in Michael's hospital room, yet his survival demonstrated a will to overcome adversity. A risky investment. The air in the Quartermain estate was thick with tension as Tracy Quartermain perched in her usual armchair, sipping tea with an air of bemused superiority. Cody Bell sat across from her, his posture awkward and his gaze darting between dread and eagerness. "So, you've come into some money," Tracy said, her tone tinged with disdain. "Let me guess, it's not quite clean?" Cody shifted uneasily, but did not deny anything. "I just want some guidance, Tracy. If I handle this well, it may set me up for a while." Tracy gave a harsh laugh. "Handle it correctly? Cody, sweetie, you are about as prepared to manage money as a toddler with a crayon in a museum. If you invest it, you might as well say goodbye." Cody frowned. I thought you'd encourage me to be smart with it, maybe invest in something stable. Stable? Tracy rolled her eyes. You're dealing with questionable money, which is most likely linked to controversies you don't want to resurface. My advice? Hide it, keep it, and don't be greedy. Cody leaned back, clearly deflated. He had hoped for support rather than ridicule, but Tracy's words had the weight of experience that he could not ignore. Family matters. Meanwhile, at the Corinthos mansion, Laura Collins sat across from her daughter, Lulu Spencer. The tension between them was evident, owing to Lulu's recent rescue from a dangerous position abroad. You don't have to keep justifying it, Mom, Lulu replied with a clipped tone. Dante did what he thought was best, but I wasn't exactly a damsel in distress. Laura sighed and her voice softened. You were in Prague, Lulu, with Valentine Cassadine watching and a target on your back. What would have occurred if Dante hadn't intervened? Lulu crossed her arms with skepticism. And yet, Charlotte remains gone. Dante's heroics didn't save her, did they? Laura promised Charlotte that Valentine would not hurt her. But the people following him, they're dangerous. He knows how to stay one step ahead, but he can't do so if he's also concerned about your safety. Lulu turned aside, conflicted. Her mother's statements made logical, but her pride prevented her from acknowledging them. A desperate bargain. Willow Corinthos stood at a crossroads at General Hospital, facing Carly Spencer with clenched fists. Drew Kane stood behind them, motionless but attentive, his expression showing the internal conflict he was fighting. You can't do this, Willow, Carly implored, her tone unusually sympathetic. Using Michael's condition for leverage. It is not who you are. Willow's eyes flared with rage and pain. And how about my children, Carly? Is it in your nature to rip them away from me? Carly paused, guilt flitting across her features. I was attempting to protect them and Michael. This struggle will not bring them back to you, it will only pull us apart. Drew spoke up for the first time from the background. Willow, consider what Michael would want. He would not want you to make this decision in anger. Willow turned to him, her voice trembling. He isn't here to make that decision, Drew. I have to do what I believe is right, for Wiley and Amelia. A compromise in the shadows. Sonny Corinthos leaned against the wall, his mouth tense as he listened to Nina Reeves. Her voice was calm yet authoritative, in sharp contrast to the commotion elsewhere. Sonny, this fight with Carly and Willow, it's not helping Michael, Nina replied. You need to focus on what's best for him, not get caught up in the drama. Sonny scratched his temples, his duties weighing heavily on him. Do you think I don't know that? But what happens when Michael wakes up to discover that his children are trapped in the middle of this mess? Nina placed her hand on his arm. You are his father, Sonny. Be the constant force that he requires. Let's find a way to get everyone on the same page, for Michael and the kids. After a lengthy period, Sonny nodded. All right. But if Carly and Willow can't find common ground, I'll step in. Life on the line. Dr. Isaiah Gannon crouched over Michael's hospital bed, his face wrinkled in concentration. Across from him stood another doctor, his face partially concealed by a mask. We're assuming it's digitalis poisoning, Isaiah remarked quietly. But if we're wrong? The other doctor nodded solemnly. If we're wrong, he might not survive either way. Isaiah took a deep breath and his hands remained calm as he prepared to deliver the treatment. We do not have time to second guess. Let us do this. As the monitors beeped regularly, the anxiety in the room was evident. Every decision held the weight of life or death, and Isaiah understood there was no space for error. Unfolding consequences. As the day progressed, the events at General Hospital and elsewhere portrayed a community at a crossroads. Tracy's guidance made Cody reconsider his next moves, whilst Laura's reassurance to Lulu sowed seeds of doubt and optimism in equal measure. At the hospital, the stakes rose with each passing moment. Willow's drive to fight for her children contrasted with Carly's call for unity, while Sonny and Nina fought to find a way ahead in the face of chaos. And in Michael's hospital room, the doctor's gamble weighed as much as life. Gannon's gut instinct, Michael saved, Portia and Brad's investigation. General Hospital teasers indicate that a preview clip has been released for Monday, January 13, 2025. It depicts Isaiah Gannon listening to his gut feeling. It ultimately saves Michael Corinthos from death. Meanwhile, Portia Robinson assigns Brad Cooper a new mission. The format for this preview clip is very different than usual, and it contains a lot of useful information, so let's get started. Michael Corinthos' digitalis overdose. GH spoilers for Monday, January 13 show that the teaser tape begins with two nurses entering Michael's hospital room. Michael's monitors suddenly start to blare and beep. One of the nurses calls out for Isaiah and Lucas Jones. In the next scene, Gannon and Lucas rush inside Michael's hospital room. They are both wearing scrubs. Michael is reportedly in complete cardiac arrest. GH spoilers, Portia Robinson's request. Portia will approach Brad in the hospital with a new request. Brad wonders what Portia is going to blame him for now. Portia insists that this is critical, and Brad can tell she is quite nervous. Portia explains that Brad has a penchant for bending the rules, which she really needs right now. Portia asks Brad to collect a list of patients who have had a cardiac episode within the last few months. Brad notes that it's a tall order. Portia states that she is primarily looking for those who were administered digitalis. Portia informs Brad that 2 individuals have died in the hospital and that a third may die after they receive the autopsy report. Portia informs Brad that there could be a pattern, perhaps something that went missed. Brad agrees to help. Isaiah Gannon's gut instincts. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, January 13 suggest that Lucas claims the medication isn't effective. Gannon shouts a pharmaceutical order at one of the nurses. Lucas seems shocked and informs Gannon that the drug is for digitalis overdoses. Gannon understands and explains his logic. Michael is in complete cardiac arrest, so it's either the drug or nothing. Gannon is taking a risk. Lucas agrees and instructs the nurses to change all 4 bags and lines before returning the old ones to the lab for testing. Gannon gives medication to Michael's arm and waits for a response. General Hospital spoilers, Monday, January 13, 2025. In today's episode, Gannon informs Portia in the hallway. Gannon informs Portia about Michael's cardiac arrest. Gannon explains that he treated Michael for a digitalis overdose, which worked. Michael has regained his stability. Gannon wishes to notify the police, but will Portia agree? General Hospital mourns the death of iconic actress Leslie Charleson. The soap world is sharing their thoughts and sentiments about Leslie Charles, who died after a protracted illness. She began playing Monica, the heart of the Quartermaines, in 1977. The General Hospital cast and crew are paying respect to their friend and colleague Leslie Charleson, who died on January 12 after a protracted illness. Charleson, who played Dr. Monica Quartermaine for 45 years, left a lasting impression on those who knew her. Honoring a soap opera icon, behind-the-scenes executive producer Frank Valentini confirmed Charleson's death on the GH Instagram account. In the emotional statement, he discussed her legacy and how her character had a significant impact on the show. It is with heavy heart that I announce the death of my close friend and colleague, Leslie Charleson. Leslie's enduring influence on General Hospital alone spans nearly 50 years, and, much as Monica was the heart of the Quartermaines, she was the cherished matriarch of the whole cast and crew. I'll miss our regular conversations, her quick wit, and her amazing presence on set. On behalf of everyone at General Hospital, I extend my heartfelt condolences to her loved ones during this terrible time. Frank Valentini. Nathan Varney, Executive Director, Current Programming, ABC Entertainment Group, remembered a great actor, but more significantly, one of the friendliest in the business, who always greeted anybody in her path with a wide smile and open arms. The world will miss you, Leslie. RIP. Michelle Val-Jean, a former GH writer and current Beyond the Gates EP and head writer, expressed her grief over this tragic loss. And to cap a horrific week, R.I.P. Leslie Brokenheart. Current and former co-stars Finola Hughes talked to her buddy in her Instagram message. Dear Leslie Two Hearts, I'll need a minute to write about this gorgeous, humorous, bright woman. But right now, darling Leslie Rip, we love you Two Hearts Dove. In Hughes's comments, Mark Anthony Samuel responded, oh no! She was such a nice lady. I'm delighted I had the opportunity to work with her. Bonnie Burrows said, she was quite nice to me the few times I met her. What a beautiful soul pleading face, and Anthony Montgomery wrote, folded hands medium dark skin tone Dove. Nancy Lee Grahn shared her feelings about her friend on Facebook. My friend and castmate, Leslie Charleson, flew today. She battled and overcame a slew of health issues in the last few years like a goddamned fighter. This badass was a General Hospital icon, whippersnapper, clever, talented, gorgeous, grounded, horse whisperer, and world-class woman. It was a privilege to know and love her. #GHA Grieving Rena Sofer paid tribute to Leslie Charleson on her Instagram story, writing, I am very grateful that I had one more scene with Leslie when I returned to General Hospital AC. My memories of GH are imprinted with her fingerprints. I loved her. On X, Sarah Joy Brown expressed her feelings regarding her former co-star. Rest in peace, Leslie Charleson. I am grateful to have had the opportunity to learn so much from her while starting my run on General Hospital. Watching her work with Stuart Damon, aka Alan Quartermain, and John Ingle was a pleasure for me, especially when I was involved in the scenes, but even when I wasn't. The cues always made me laugh. Her timing was legendary. Sean Cannon, who plays Deacon Sharp on The Bold and the Beautiful, sends his sympathies to Leslie's friends, family, fans, and co-workers. However, he may have played the most prominent incarnation of A.J. Quartermain. He first played Monica and Alan Quartermain's problematic kid from 1993 to 1997, and then again from 2012 to 2014. On X, formerly Twitter, he said, I just learned that Leslie Charleson has died. We played mother and son off and on for years. My sincere sympathies to her family. May you rest in peace, Lester. #General Hospital #GH #Leslie Charleson #Monica Quartermain Cassandra James commented on GH's post honoring Leslie Charleson, saying, my heart is broken. So sad. Meanwhile, William DeVry expressed sadness over Leslie's departure. We maintained in touch over the years, and she was always delighted to hear from me. What a gorgeous gal. I've been wanting to text her for the previous few days because Los Angeles has been a tough place to be for the past week. Unfortunately, on the second day of the flames, my phone failed and I lost my contacts, so I was unable to SMS her. I recovered her phone number today, only to learn that she passed away last night. My heartfelt condolences to all General Hospital fans and crew members who adored her. She was quite grateful to Valentina Frank for keeping her busy over the years. On that same GH post, Michael Sutton nearly used emojis to describe his feelings, red heart, folded hands, folded hands, folded hands. Risa Dorkin added, so very sorry to hear. Leslie was graceful, amusing, and kind. She will be deeply missed and forever remembered. Sparkles sending love. In the comments of Michelle Valjean's post, Vanessa Marcel simply remarked, no loudly crying face. On Threads, Kathleen Gotti said, one of the kindest and sweetest colleagues I've had the honor to work with. May she rest in peace, knowing how much she was loved and treasured by everyone. Our heartfelt sympathies to her family, friends, co-workers, and fans. In response to Finola Hughes' Instagram message to Charleson, Y&R's Tracy Bregman said, oh, I'm so sorry honey. My heart goes out to the family, friends, and co-workers of Leslie Charleson _official #ithasbeeninhoner #tohavnoner reflection. Much love to you, the GH family, and Leslie's family and friends. Red heart. Days of Our Lives alum Jen Lilly, who had briefly played Maxie on GH, tweeted, oh no. What a treasure. Local Los Angeles news personality George Pinocchio remarked of the GH star on Instagram, she was my fave at General Hospital. Daytime legend Leslie Charleson died Sunday night after a lengthy illness. She was 79. Leslie famously played Monica Quartermaine on the show for 47 years. Today, executive producer Frank Valentini stated, just as Monica was the heart of the Quartermaine family, Leslie was a beloved matriarch of the entire cast and crew. I'll miss our daily conversations, her quick humor, and her amazing presence on set. When we worked on the same lot, I saw Leslie all the time in the commissary. Over the salad bar, we frequently exchanged anecdotes and discussed current events in show business. She was always quite gorgeous. May she rest in peace. #General Hospital #GH #Leslie Charlson. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.